train well. Exclusive to The Drive with Robin Ross.
And I was so excited last week.
Ja, ons was verlede week vol hoop en vol, ek weet nie, positiewe optimisme.
I just wanted it to work, man.
Yeah. So last week we were very excited about the Shosholoza Meyl returning and all the different trips you could take, various routes and things had been upgraded. And
Joburg to Cape Town for $450 overnight on the train and take your car. What a vibe.
Yes. So late last week, there were journeys that the train was going to be undertaking, and there was quite a bit of a storm on Twitter about the Shosholoza Meyl train from Cape Town to Joburg. So one user documented their experience, saying that the train was supposed to leave at 10 a.m. and when they got there, you won't be taking the train anymore, we'll be taking the bus as a result of cable theft. They waited around and basically ended up taking the bus all the way 90 minutes after they were scheduled to leave, and the bus left at 12:07 and it was just like not what they paid for.
Yeah. And what's really disappointing is that the train set out from Joburg last week for the inaugural trip after 3 years of being away. This was going to be a vibe again. The Shosholoza Meyl was back. We were going to be able to go to Cape Town or to Durban from Joburg nice and easily, take your car. En alles is goed gegaan op pad Kaapstad toe until they got to Wellington and there'd been cable theft and the train had to end in Wellington and then people had to get on a bus and go down to Cape Town. And it had done so well and just somebody had messed up this last little bits of it and all of the PR suddenly turned bad and went, see, we told you it wouldn't work. And that makes me sad.
Ja, maar wat hulle sê eintlik as jy na die Prasa Twitter toe gaan, dan sê hulle eintlik die meerderheid van daai reis was voltooi.
Ja.
1458 kilometer was voltooi toe hulle in Wellington aankom. Hierdie was nou nie iets wat hulle kon voorsien sou gebeur nie.
Somebody had gone overnight and clipped the cables that night while the train was on its way down on the lines.
So maybe they had 70 k's left to go. So maybe it's not about throwing the baby out with the bathwater,
exactly.
right? Like baby steps. Verstaan jy?
70
Hulle was
kilometer
amper daar. Ek kan nie dink hoe teleurgesteld was die mense wat hierdie hele launch beplan het en it's new, it's going to be great, it's public transport you can use across long distances to get from one part of the country to the next, and then 70 k's before the end of the journey.
Now everything looks bad. Now it looks like you can't do it.
Maar dit is die ding hoor, die kabeldiefstal affekteer alles. Dit is nie net elektrisiteit nie, dit is, hier kan ons nou sien, publieke vervoer, wat kan hulle gedoen het? Hulle het nou nie geweet dit gaan gebeur nie, but should they have then made provision for that happening? I guess they did. There was a bus, but it's not me getting into Cape Town station from leaving Park Station, which was the journey that I was expecting to do.
And, okay, how would you solve it? This is my question, and it makes it very difficult to think about, because a railway line from Joburg to Cape Town with cables the entire length of it, that power the train, the only way those cables stay there is if people leave them alone. Dis die ding. You can't police a railway line deur die Karoo in die Noord-Kaap en goed. You can't have people stationed along it monitoring it all the time. At some point people need to leave the cable alone.
Yeah.
And if someone is going to come 20 minutes before your train arrives there and rip the cable out, wat moet gebeur?
Ja, hulle
dis die ding.
Ja, hulle is wel vol bespreek vir Desember tussen Johannesburg en Durban.
Good.
So things are going well, but sometimes when you have this big shiny thing, there are going to be people that are going to come and take this big shiny thing away from you and kind of tarnish everything. So al daai mense wat op daai trein was wat in Wellington gestop het, the rest of the journey, that 1,458 kilometers, is not what they're going to tell their friends about.
Exactly.
It's the fact that they had to take a bus from Wellington to Cape Town because there was cable theft.
Yeah. all that's happening is the headlines are making people go, haha, did you hear the train didn't make it? Oh, haha, what did we expect?
Told you so.
Yes, and the way I wanted it to work.
Ek ook, maar luister, dit gaan werk. Like I'm still staying positive. I'm still staying, hopefully they can sort out these teething problems.
Yeah.
Because it would be a really great thing for a train service like this long distance to be operational again.
Precies. Ons het dit nodig. We need it to happen. We need it to be a thing. I'm glad they're fully booked up. I hope the rest of the trips are fine. I hope everyone gets to where they need to go and take the car down on holiday and just make it work so that it feels like there's a functional thing we can use. Asseblief, it would be so nice. I'm so disappointed for the Shosholoza Meyl.
Exclusive to Jacaranda FM. It's The Drive with Rob and Roz. Jacaranda FM.